Hi, my name's Jordy, and this is a Minecraft Redstone tutorial. So I was surfing the web a few hours ago, and I saw that there was a new Minecraft snapshot out. It looks like it adds a lot of interesting things with having to do with pistons and slime blocks, which is really cool. So I was like, oh, okay, let's see what we can do with those. So as you can see here, as you can probably guess from the title of the video as well, I have designed two Minecraft slime elevators. Both of the elevators are basically the same design. They're just very slightly different in how they look, as well as how many resources they use. But it's really your choice as to which one you'd like to use. In addition, they're really meant to fit in any kind of environment or any kind of building or something like that. So you don't have to make them look like this. I'll get to it later, but many of the blocks will be replaced by other ones and work just as well. So first, let's just go ahead and jump in the elevators and see how it works. Alright, so you just walk through the door, stand on the slime block. You can look up and see there's just a straight shaft going up to the top. Just press this button, and we get launched all the way up to the top, and then the floor closes underneath us. And then we can go out here and do whatever we want up at the top floor. And as you can see, also, if you'd like to try to fall back down, it's actually impossible, because the floor goes under you as soon as you walk over it, which is a nice little feature. Now, just to give you a comparison, here's the second design, which, as you can tell, looks very similar. The only difference is that there's actually no blocks sticking out normally, but there are a bunch of redstone blocks, and you'll see that those get pushed out by pistons as well. So I'm going to put some links to where I actually go over building each of them so that you can decide which one you'd like to build first, and then skip to that part of the video. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is start out with a 3x5 platform. First thing you want to do, take out this middle back block right here and replace it with a slime block. Then all around the slime block, place unmovable blocks. I'm just using furnaces because I think they look kind of nice. But anything, if you're in a creative server, then you can use bedrock, and if you're in a survival server, you can use furnaces because they're very easy to craft. Next thing you're going to want to do is start creating just a little bit of a back wall here so that we can build our button panel. So you're going to have some blocks coming up. Oh, I just accidentally right-clicked on that. So a little trick, I don't know if you know this, you can hold, if you're flying, you can hold Shift and Space to place blocks on things like furnaces or chests and stuff like that. So you can place a block up here, and then across, and then go ahead and create a second layer like that. So now that's just a little temporary wall. It'll stay there, but that's just so that it'll ease our building. While you're at it, go ahead and put 2 blocks down here. Oh, I did that again. Next thing you're going to want to do is place a block 2 blocks under the slime block with a sticky piston facing upwards. Oh, hey, that's not going to work. Let's go up like this, and then sticky piston facing upwards. Replace that block. Now we can have put another block right next to that sticky piston, a block next to that with redstone on top of each of those. Next, place a block up like this and over to the right, then get rid of that first block and put a redstone torch on here. And as you can see, the piston is extended, but it hasn't taken any of the other blocks with it. Then you want to put a piece of redstone on top of here and a redstone torch on the back of this block. Oh, okay, so it seems that something went very, very wrong right here. As you can see, when the block pulled back down, it pulled another block, one of the wall blocks, with it. So I'm going to fix that, and I forgot this block, right diagonal from the slime block, must also be an unmovable block. So a furnace or something like that. Now I believe you can replace the redstone, and this should work fine. Alright, take your button, it could be either stone or wood, doesn't really matter, and put it on the block right above the furnace right here. And just as a test, you can stand on the slime block and press the button, and it'll launch you up. And you'll just keep bouncing. Okay, now we're going to create the little room down at the very bottom. This is the only part, well, this and the top are the only two parts that aren't a repeating pattern. So once you get this done, then you'll just have to repeat the middle sections over and over and over until you get to your desired height, and then just build the top section. And both the bottom and the top sections are very easy compared to the middle sections. Not to scare you, none of it's very, very hard to make. What you're going to want to do is go and place some blocks over like this, and create a 3-high wall all around this entire area. And then you can go ahead and make a little door in the front if you'd like, and I'm just going to add a platform so that it's easier for me to get in. Okay, now we're going to start the first layer. The first thing you want to do is come over to this center back block and place a sticky piston facing up with a slime block on top of it and an unmovable block on top of that. Then you're going to put some blocks up like this and an unmovable block there, and then do the same thing on the other side. Really only one of these is necessary, but it looks a lot better to have the design be symmetrical. Next thing you're going to want to do is fill this in right here with 2 of your blocks, and then this will all be glass in the front except for these blocks. So basically just put these 2 blocks here and repeat on the other side. Then we're going to take redstone repeaters at 1 tick and put them right here with 2 blocks coming out like this with redstone on them. Next, you're going to want to place a temporary block right here with a sticky piston facing towards you, towards the front of the device on it. Okay, next thing you're going to want to do is place a block up here, 1 to the left of it and 1 to the left of that, and then repeat on the other side. Place redstone on blocks 1, 3, and 5, and then a 3-tick repeater facing towards the center on each side. Then you're going to put a block up like this, and another one up like this, with redstone on top of them. Finally, you're going to put 1 more block up right here, and another one on the other side, with redstone on top of each of those. Now that's all of our actual redstone wiring for each layer. The next thing we need to do is actually encase it and put in the tripwires. Okay, now that I've switched out what items I have in my hotbar, I'm going to take some blocks and move them all the way up like this, and do the same thing on the other side. They're just going to go to the same level as this top redstone right here. Then take your tripwire hooks and put 1 on each of these 2 blocks with string in between them. Oh, there we go. If you go through it, you should see that the piston should come out and then retract. Next, we're just going to take some normal blocks and create the rest of the wall behind here. Finally, we'll take some glass to case in the entire thing. You can use whatever color you want, or you can not use glass, it doesn't really matter. This is just for aesthetic purposes. So just repeat this layer, going all the way up to the top. Make sure you don't right-click on any furnaces like I just did. And then that is 1 entire complete layer. At this point, we can actually test the device by going in here, pressing the button, and you should see that the second set of pistons should open automatically as soon as you go through there. Okay, now you just have to plan exactly how high you want this device to be. So each layer, vertically, takes up 5 blocks. So that means that you basically, if say you have floors in a building or something like that, you have to make sure that it's in increments of 5. So that could be floor plus ceiling plus 3 blocks for actual walking around, which is what it normally is. But I'm just going to, off-camera, repeat this entire thing going all the way up, or maybe I'll do a time-lapse, I don't know. But I'm just going to create a few more levels, maybe I'll go higher than those ones, and then we'll do our top portion. Okay, now that we're done with the entire body of our elevator, we can hop in and test it and make sure that this still works. Don't do this in survival mode. Awesome. Alright, so it works perfectly. The only thing we need to do is build the top portion. I should mention that the bottom portion and the top portion are completely identical for both designs. And so all you have to do is follow the directions for the bottom portion, then repeat the middle section all the way up, and then follow the directions for the top portion. But the bottom and top should be the exact same for both designs. Okay, now that we're done with the entrance to our elevator, let's create a layer of it. First thing you want to do is put 2 blocks up like this, and then 2 blocks over, and then get rid of those 3, and place a piston like that. Then you place another block under that, just temporarily, and place another sticky piston on either side of those. Next, you're going to want to put another sticky piston facing upwards with a slime block on top of it, and then place a movable blocks, like furnaces, on all 3 sides of that slime block. Then put 2 redstone blocks directly next to this bottom piston. And I'm going to put 2 redstone blocks in these top left and right corners, but that's just because I think it looks nice, and aesthetically it actually looks better, but you can use whatever blocks you'd like there. Next, we're going to add 3 blocks up like this, and another 3 over here. Now coming around to the back, we're going to want to put 1 block here, a block here, and a block here, with redstone repeaters set to 2 ticks going into them. Alright, now that you've done that, you're going to want to come over here, place a block up like this, and a block next to this piston. Then place a block on top of that repeater, a block going up here, and a block up like that. You're kind of making a little spiral helix going upwards. Next, place redstone dust on top of all of these blocks, and repeat the design over on the other side. The last thing you're going to want to do in terms of redstone circuitry is add another block up like this, and the same thing on the other side, and put a 1-tick repeater on each of these 2 blocks. Finally, we're going to come up with 2 more blocks like this, and then you're just going to want to fill in this area. Hold shift to right click on a furnace. Fill in this area with blocks. And now that layer is almost complete. Finally, get your tripwire hooks, place 1 on either side like this, and run string in between them. You should see that if you trip that wire, the piston extends and then shoots the slime block up, and then retracts automatically once you leave. I keep saying the last thing, but this is actually the last thing that you need to do per layer. This is just aesthetics, and you can use whatever block you like. But I'm going to put glass to encase the entire front of the elevator and go all the way up. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. Okay, so now that that layer is done, you can see that all you need to do from here on is just repeat that same pattern over and over. So, starting from here, you'd have another piston going up, facing right here, with a slime block on top of that, 3 immovable blocks around that, the redstone block next to here and on top, and just keep continuing the same pattern up. Please note that you don't actually have to have any redstone connection between each of the layers, because obviously each one is triggered independently by its own tripwire. Now I'm going to repeat this pattern all the way up to the very top, and then once we're at the top, we're going to finish it off with the top part. Okay, now we're done with the entire body, and I'm going to go down to the bottom, and you can test this, and this should be completely safe for survival. So just hit the button, and you should see that you go all the way up to the top. And just land here on this block. Well, you'll have to move, but... So, the only other thing that we have to do is create the very top portion. Now I'm going to cut over to when I was doing it with the other design, because it's completely identical. You won't notice a thing except for these red stone blocks being missing. And then that will be the end of the video. Okay, now we're all ready to build the top. So go all the way to the top of the elevator shaft and build up one more layer, just like normal. And then, once you've done that, place 3 blocks along here that you want to be your floor. I'm going to make it glass because I think glass makes a cool transparent floor. And then place 3 more blocks over here, probably matching those 3, that creates the rest of your floor. Now make a shape, a U shape going around here with normal blocks. And then we can create some walls going up like this. And those aren't done yet, but we'll finish those in a bit. Now, take some, if you made this with transparent blocks, place some solid blocks right here so that you can't really see out. And then place a block back like this, and oh hey, I forgot something. Break these blocks. Place your 3 sticky pistons like this. Then you can come back, and then place the blocks. Now, we're going to want to come back like this, and place solid blocks along here. And then, take some other blocks, I'm just using wool for redstone, and run them along the tops of these pistons, and then go into this shape like this. Now run redstone along the tops of those. Now the last thing you have to do is put your 2 tripwire hooks right here, with some string in between them. And as you can see, if you walk here, the floor automatically closes beneath you. Now all we have to do, the last thing, is to create a little ceiling for our room. I'm just going to go up like this, place some blocks, and just because I want to replicate the pattern that's down at the bottom, I'll put some furnaces in here, just so that it looks a little bit more concise. And let me make this storm go away. Okay, now that that's done, if you'd like, you'd probably like to add some lighting. So I'd recommend using glowstone in the ceiling and floor. So we can have some glowstone here, and here, and then all the way down at the bottom. Oh hey look, I can't fall. You might want to match that pattern down here. And that is the entire top portion, and in fact the entire elevator, complete. You can just add some blocks in here to make a doorway, or do whatever you want, or don't make a doorway. Doesn't really matter. And this is the entire elevator done. So we can go down to the bottom now, and this should be safe for survival, I hope. Stand on the block. Doesn't really matter where, you should be fine either way. Just try to center yourself. And press the button. And before you know it, you should be up at the top of the elevator. Safe and sound. So, now that our elevator's done, you can kind of make it look nicer, tidy up the back if you'd like to, if it's going to be outside. But this is done. This is a completely functional elevator. So now that we're done building our elevator, I'd just like to say thank you for watching. I don't make Minecraft YouTube videos very often, but if this gets good feedback, perhaps I will. But yeah, anyway, that's all. I hope you liked it. If you decide to build this in your worlds, I'd be happy to take a look at some screenshots if you take them, if you make something cool with this design. And I'm going to leave a world download down in the description, as well as an MC Schematics schematic file. And yeah, so if you liked it, please leave a like, maybe comment, and yeah, have a good one. See you later. I think I'm going to actually see what I can do with getting multi-floor elevators. but that's a lot more work, and I just wanted to put this video out before I do a lot of work on that. No promises, though. But yeah, multi-floor elevators I think would be really cool with this, because each layer goes up by, conveniently, 5 blocks, which is a very good height for floors in a building.